Hey Neppers, it's me, Wild Neptune, and this is gonna be an Epic 7 video. It is an update video, all about what's coming to the game in the next week or so. So, the official livestream dropped some serious bombs, and we'll get to those, but first, we're gonna go through this update here. As we know, the balance updates are gonna go live after the maintenance. Alright. This is one of the biggest things that's happening. It is the Automaton Tower Renewal. So don't forget, now by the time this video goes up, it's likely that most of the servers are already down for maintenance anyway. But if you're lucky enough, you have to finish Tower before these dates here. And then, on the first day, or I guess the last day, depending on your server, of the next month, we get the new tower. And let me tell you, the rewards and all this other stuff they're giving us is really good. It is 2 weeks instead of every month, and there are still 100 floors, so 25 floors per a level. There are requirements to get to each level, so you do one of these things. You don't do both of them, just one of them. So if you clear this 100 already, good. You can do all 4 floors right off. However, if you, let's say, haven't beat 100 yet, you can still get to level 4. You just have to beat level 3 before you do that. So, keep in mind too, that unlike the current tower, your health does not restore automatically. So you can recover your health here using Stigma, or you could bring a healer. I don't know why anybody would never have thought about doing that. Now, this is the big thing. So if you played like a lot of other gacha games, and just games in general, like, you know, that have a roguelike feature, where after every floor, you basically get what's called a device, and it gives you a buff to either your party, specific units, specific classes. So here you see some cool ones like, if a warrior's attack, they get a stacking attack and defense buff. So warriors get CR when somebody else's turn ends. And it says somebody's, which I'm going to assume also means the enemy. Some of them too have like levels. So this one here, at level 1, is a 50% chance to counterattack when the hero in the front is attacked, and 100% at level 2. And mixing and matching these to fit your playstyle and your team, I think, is gonna add a lot of depth and a lot of fun, right? Some of my favorite modes in gacha games are definitely when you have more agency over what you're doing. I do actually expect, like, this to take a lot more time than current tower. But I think current tower, the problems was that it just felt like a chore to do. And this feels like something that people will be like excited to find different combos and cool things that they'll be able to do just in this mode. On top of that, there are also hero specific devices. So we have one of these heroes. I'm assuming that these are extremely rare, but it'll give a significant boost to something that this hero does. But the rewards. Those here that the accessory set, so that means, you know, speed, counter, health, blah blah blah, will be rotated. And from what I understand, you can do every level and get all of these rewards. And it's a lot of rewards. Like, remember, this is every 2 weeks. So, this is 14 transmit stones every 2 weeks. Right? So 28 a month. You get a level 88 accessory where you'll be able to choose whatever main stat you want. 8 Molgors, bunch of sky stones, a lot of gold, charms, bookmarks, leaves, really, this is... You want to be doing this, right? Even if you have to work your way up to being level 4, like, when this comes out in like a week and a half, do what you can, right? And I think that getting good at doing the new Automaton Tower is probably going to be the thing that new players want to do after they get into Wyvern 13. Of course, because it's not out yet, I can't talk too much in detail about what I think it's going to be and how hard it actually is. So, you know, expect a video on that in the future. Okay, RGB Shadow, we know she's coming out after the maintenance. So, there was a lot of contention about how you would get her imprints. Originally, you would have to buy them for 40 Moonlight coins. Instead, now you can buy them for 10 gold transmit stones. On top of that, they also said that future boss heroes like Strauss, and whoever the episode 3 hero boss is going to be, will have similar imprints for you know, like similar ways to get their imprints, right? And 10 Closer Storms seems like a lot, but remember, you get like 28 from Tower now if you can do level 4. On top of that, Galaxy summon, like Moonlight summons are sad. There's a reason why I call them sadness summons. I've been calling for a way to get, or not to get, to use these like in different ways besides just doing the Moonlight. Because the 4 to 5 star ticket is even worse. Cecilia and Ludwig coming up. I recommend you don't pull on these because, well, you'll see in a couple of minutes. Elena's gonna be added to the shop. Bunch of other small bug fixes. Artifact journal is being added to the normal journal in a tab. This is really great for those 2 times I want to look at a hero and then an artifact right after. A revive thing is going to be added. For extinction, I guess if you forget who got extinct. In addition to the Ocean's Shadow Adjustment, it has been confirmed that this little Angelica, the Angel Angelica, which was previewed or teased during the episode 3 trailer, way back when, now, is a new hero. Not a skin. It is a new hero. And you will be able to use your Angelica or simple Angelicas, right, to memory imprint her. This does lead me to believe she is probably going to be a 4-star hero. But hey, you know, looks cute. I like the angel design. We'll have to see. Right now, I feel like she's quite a long ways off from being released. But now on to the exciting part of the video.
Humans are truly foolish. I just feel sorry for them. Tell me.
There it is.
What do you
there
need?
it is.
A friend?
Politis. Whatever. So we'll go over her skills. Stop. We have her stat page. She is a fire mage. She has good attack, low health, low speed, decent defense, and really high effectiveness. 30% base, which is quite good, right? So obviously some sort of support debuffer type mage. Let's go over her skills, starting with the first one they revealed, which is the S2. Astral Guide. When the enemy is not an elite boss monster, reduces the effect of combat readiness increases granted to the enemy by 50%. This effect does not stack with other passive effects of the same name. I don't know why this says this. I think it means same, like, things that do, like, the same thing. Activates Tranquility when an enemy uses a non-attack skill. Tranquility can be activated once every 2 turns, and what Tranquility does, attacks all enemies, decreasing buff durations by a turn, and increases the combat readiness of the caster by 30%. Also, her skill ups are just damage, and because I don't think she's going to be doing a ton of damage, you don't necessarily have to Molagori this, which is really nice. Let's go into skill 3. Starfall. Attacks all enemies with alien technology, with a 75% chance to decrease hit chance and make them unbuffable for 2 turns. So max 100% with a +4. If it follows the same path, it will be 1, 2, 3, 6 Molagors to do this. And then the S1 is simply a stun chance on the S1. Again, I do feel like you will want to +4 this, so another 1, 2, 3, 6 Molagors. So about a 12 Molagora investment to get her into where I'd say she is her usable state right off. Soul Burn is an extra turn, which is pretty good because remember, her Tranquility can only proc every other turn. But if you Soul Burn this, you know what? You can proc it again right away. Score. Anti-cleave. Right now, in World Arena, I feel like if every player, well, like, had every hero at, like, good gear levels, with, like, optimal, like, you know, stat and stuff like that, cleave would be really strong. It is already really strong. But units like OP Secret, who people are calling to be buffed, she's really good against a lot of the anti-cleave in the game. And I feel like the sum of, like, support for cleave units has slowly been taking over the sum of support for, like, anti-cleave. Because, like, in a lot of cases, if you can't outspeed or speed check a cleave team, and the cleave team can just outdraft you or outpick you because they have a larger unit pool at their disposal that is just beneficial to their strategy, it's not going to feel good for the player who's trying to defend against the cleave. And I think this is the equalizer. It's a hero that doesn't necessarily need, I think, the largest gear investment. And it's good against both Alot and Faithless Litica, along with other CR pushers. It's actually not, it's not bad too against something like, remember, like Landy gets a CR push with ES1. Ravi has one when she's hit. Cerise gets one, I believe, with the S2. So a lot of other, like, heroes also will get CR increases, which will be cut by this. Keep in mind too, though, that just because it says by 50%, it doesn't mean you can build her slow. She still has to be decently fast, so she gets her turn before the enemy. So remember, like, a lot of people are building their CDOMs at 190 speed now, 200 speed with Athletica. In these cases, you have to make sure that you're fast enough after this CR like thing and this push that you can still cut before the CDOM. Same thing with Alots, right? Let's say if Alots wants to push something up. Remember, Alots gives 100% CR. He doesn't boost them to 100%. He gives them 100% CR. Which means, if they started at, say, 80% CR, they would go to 180. In this case, though, they would go to 130. So you have to make sure that after you do your calculations, that you will go before the enemy hero after the push and after your bonus. But nonetheless, It's really good. This is incredibly powerful. Keep in mind too that Tranquility also decreases buff durations by a turn. This means that you strip off the immunities. Because a lot of people, they will also bring things like Cedom or their cleavers on immunity to protect versus like things like, say, Abyssal Crown, which I think will be really good on her. It also means that when she goes again, after her CR push, she'll actually get to land the unbuffable and decrease hit chance, which gives you even more safety against those hyper-offensive teams that might be plaguing you. Hearst 1, again, is just a stun. 40% at Max Mola, which I think is fine, right? I've always been under the impression that stun on S1 should, like, not... I don't know. It feels kind of, like, really toxic to have, but... well, what can you do? Her artifact, Knowledge Seed, at max limit break, you get a buff to all your allies except for the caster, because the proc for it is that the holder dies. Get a buff for 2 turns, and it's random. So greater attack, decreased defense, increased evasion, immunity, decreased or increased critical hit resist. Can only be activated once. First off, Knowledge Seed. This artwork right here. I am kind of seeing a you know, a relationship right now. Anyway, I think this is okay. It's gonna be something where occasionally people will use it and they'll give like their Landy greater attack buff, right? And she'll just destroy the enemy team. Or you'll get increased evasion on everybody, and the enemy team will just miss you for like 2 turns in a row, and it'll win you the game. And there are other times where you get, you know, immunity, and it gets stripped off right away. The problem here is that a lot of heroes now will just strip the buffs off, or they have unbuffable, or something like that. And when that happens, you don't get the buff. I think what they could have done is have it cleanse all debuffs. Or if that's too good, maybe decrease debuff durations by a turn also before doing this. Maybe like take away the greater attack and just give it regular attack in that case to maybe balance it out a little bit. But it does seem... it's hard to say, because I don't think it's that good. More of a highlight artifact, like creation and destruction, something like that, right? But I don't know. Maybe it will surprise us. A couple other quick things. Free unequip is happening due to the balance updates, so get on board with that. The normal arena season is ending soon. This is not soon. This is like 2.5 weeks. This is an eternity. But, keep in mind that if you have not bought your gear for the season or the frame, you have this long to do it. Remember that the gear is available, later on, but it does cost more conquest points. So, anyway, again, very excited for the new tower and for the new hero. If you like this video, leave a like down, comment, subscribe. Catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/WildNeptune. Nep out.